So let's talk about my mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes, and hopefully I will now tell you about those mistakes so that you don't make them. First off, I said that I was going to use this iMac over here to play back my recordings. And I knew that there would be or that there might be issues playing it back, especially for that many hours. Fortunately, this thing worked like a champ. Everything happened great. It was about as smooth as I could possibly have asked it to be. However, I was prepared. At least I thought I was, which brings me to this mistake. If I go over to GoToWebinar, let me show you this so that you see what I'm talking about here. Within GoToWebinar, you have the opportunity to actually play back different videos. So you could actually play back 5 of them. So let me make sure you can see this because that's really small for you. So what you can do within GoToWebinar, so this was fallback backup position number 1 for me, thinking if my iMac fails me, I need to be able to deliver this content regardless. I need to have a backup plan. So this was backup plan number 1. And within GoToWebinar, you can actually, they have this beta function right down here where you can play back recordings. You see where it says videos beta, play up to 5 videos live for your audience. So I put in and saved 5 of the videos, 5 of what I consider to be the core part of the curriculum, and I had them up here and thought that they were ready to go. I never double checked it. Okay, so that when I went live, now here's the thing with GoToWebinar. You cannot add videos once you have gone live. So once I've gone live, that's it. I cannot go back and add links to videos so that GoToWebinar would play them after the fact. So that's bad news because I went live, I didn't double check first that they would be there. So I'm like, uh-oh, I'm flying here without a net. So now I'm only working. This is really, I don't have any backup yet, and I did develop another one in just a second that I'm going to tell you about. But because I didn't check this, that was a mistake that could have bit me in the bottom. It did not, fortunately, but it could have. So again, when you're doing these summits, have a backup in case something goes wrong, right? In case you can't deliver the content, because this is show business, folks. And yes, we're educational and all of that, but it is show business, and what is the first rule of show business? That the show must go on, okay? Regardless if you have technical issues, regardless if you've lost power, whatever the issue is, okay? You must have a backup, a fallback. Okay, so let's get rid of that. The other thing the other mistake I made with my iMac actually had to do with this keyboard. So this keyboard is a wireless keyboard for my iMac. And for the last couple days, it had been telling me that it needed new batteries, and I've been so busy I didn't have a chance to check it. So approximately 40 minutes before we went live, I said, uh-oh, I've got to get new batteries in this thing. And it took me about 10 minutes of frantically, right, well, not right before I went live, but about a half hour I got it figured out before I went live. But that increased my anxiety level that I couldn't, without my keyboard here, okay, I couldn't run what I needed to run. Everything basically came down to I needed to be able to control my keyboard here, otherwise I was pretty much sunk. So deciding to replace the batteries a half hour, 40 minutes before showtime, bad doggone idea. That was a mistake. Again, it could have bit me. It did not. We were able to make the show go off. But again, I just tell you this so that you know that if you're doing something like this, have new batteries and stuff. Do double checks to make sure that it's all going to work come showtime. Okay. Okay. So that's that story. The next mistake I made is to I didn't finish all of the promotional materials and have everything set up until essentially Sunday night. So I really I had to cram, deadline to get everything set up by last Sunday, or the Monday after I was supposed to start promoting. And I knew I could start promoting. That was not a problem. But that meant that I did not get promotional materials. And this is a really important point on the mistakes I made. I did not get promotional materials to my partners until Sunday late night, and then Monday frantically getting folks in line to, hey, are you going to mail, etc. And by the time I got there, some folks had to just do one mailing because and they were out of town and this and that. So that was a mistake that I could have avoided by having this finished a week before it was due, not the night before it was due. Okay, so again, that probably resulted in less promotion than I could have gotten from especially my new people to the fold, because the rest of the folks, Kristen and John and other folks, they know that I fly by the seat of my pants, and that you're gonna get something right before you need it, and that's it, right? But other folks don't work that way. So I should have been better with that and have that done much beforehand. And then the other thing is I should have been, especially with new people, I should have been communicating with them more frequently, and again, getting repeated confirmations and commitments that they were going to promote. Now, everyone, I think with the exception of 2 people, ended up not promoting, and again, because it was my mistake of not following up with them and letting them know, hey, this is going off, I'm going to need you to promote here, and here. So again, that's on me. That's on me. But I'm sort of laying out the mistakes that again you can avoid. So again, I would say not only finish a week before, at least a week before you're going to go off, but also be communicating with your partners, especially the new ones that you may have not worked with before, to let them know, hey, this is what's expected. Here's copy. Here's what here's your affiliate links. All of that stuff to make sure that they were going to do that. Okay, so because I didn't finish until the last moment, I missed out on some promotion. But overall, once again, it was pretty successful regardless.